Welcome back to the deep dive.
Today, we're digging into a story that is all about craftsmanship and just pure nerve.
It's about a team, Papa Joe and Mo, who took their passion project, Papa Joe's steampunk, and threw it right into the deep end.
Right, and you have to set the scene. It's 2019. Papa Joe and Mo are, in their own words, a green, creative team, super new to all of this.
And instead of starting small, say, at a local market, they decide to aim for the very top.
Exactly. They go for the Homemakers Fair in Cape Town.
And for anyone listening who isn't familiar, we need to be clear, this is not your average weekend craft fair.
Oh, not at all. Think of it as the premier design stage in South Africa. It's expensive, it's prestigious, and it's full of the established big buggers. Their own source material calls this adventure head-to-head with the big boys.
Okay, so they're on this massive stage, but let's talk about what they actually make. Because when I hear the word steampunk, my mind immediately goes to, top hats and goggles.
That's what most people think, yeah, a sort of Victorian cosplay. But that's not what they do. Their work is rooted in the industrial era. It's about decor. They're taking actual industrial piping, gears, gauges, the stuff that built our world, and giving it a new life.
So it's less about the fashion and more about the function, the mechanics of it all.
It's more of a philosophy, really. They call it art without rules. It's a kind of rebellion against, mass-produced, disposable furniture.
Taking something forgotten and making it art.
Exactly. And that actually ties into their logo.
The dragonfly. I was going to ask about that. It seems a bit delicate for heavy industrial parts.
You'd think so, but it's about what it represents. Dragonflies have been around for 300 million years. They're survivors. So for Papa Joe and Mo, it symbolizes strength, courage, the ability to get through tough times.
Which I imagine they were about to face.
Oh, yeah. The prep for this fair sounds like absolute chaos. They called their home the Factory of Imagination, but it was more like a 3-month frantic sprint.
They went from a hobby to having to fill a professional stall.
And they had some unconventional methods.
You're talking about the dishwasher, aren't you?
I am. Get this, they were using their home dishwasher to degrease heavy industrial iron fittings.
No way. You can't just put that in a kitchen appliance.
Well, they did. And if you think about it, it's genius. It's just a high-pressure, high-temperature degreaser. I probably wouldn't recommend it for your warranty, but it worked.
I can just imagine. Honey, the dishes are done. It's just a few plates and a 12-pound pipe flange.
Well, Mo admits that most of their brainstorming sessions were fueled by gin and brandy.
Some liquid courage to go with the creative genius.
They needed it because they had all these grand industrial-sized ideas, but the stall the fair gave them was just tiny.
They're 10 years talking.
1 meter by 1.5 meters, barely bigger than a telephone booth.
You can't display furniture in that. You can barely stand in that.
And that's where Papa Joe's engineering brain kicked in. He figured if you can't build out, you build up.
Vertical space.
4-tier shelving units. He essentially turned a closet into a multi-level showroom.
Still, just getting there must have been a nightmare. I read they had to enlist their 4 sons just to pack the cars.
2 SUVs, packed to the roof. And then at the convention center, the CT-CC, it was a 900-meter walk from the loading dock to their stall.
900 meters, carrying all that heavy gear.
Back and forth. And, of course, things get damaged in transit. Some of the delicate lights were broken.
So you have Papa Joe performing what they called on-site surgery on lamps, just minutes before the doors opened to the public. The stress must have been immense.
Absolutely. Mo compared it to that feeling you get as a teenager before a big exam. Sweaty palms, feeling like a total imposter.
Yeah.
They were terrified. Everyone would just see their work as a pile of junk next to all the polished modern brands.
But that's not what happened.
Not at all. And this next moment, I think, it defines everything for them. The doors open, people are milling around, and an elderly lady stops dead in front of their tiny stall.
Okay.
She just stares at one particular lamp, and then she starts to weep.
Because of a lamp.
Because of what was in the lamp. Papa Joe had built it around an old antique tool, and it turned out to be the exact kind of tool her father, who had passed away, used to use in his workshop.
Wow.
Seeing it there lit up. It just brought this incredibly powerful memory rushing back for her.
That completely changes things. At that point, you're not selling decor.
That was the light bulb moment for them. They realized they weren't just newcomers trying to sell some things. They were storytellers. They were taking these forgotten objects with their own histories and giving them a forever home.
The powerful thought. It makes you look around your own home and wonder, what here actually has a soul, what tells a story versus what's just stuff.
That's the real difference between just buying something and investing in craft. And if you want to see their story continue, you can actually visit Papa Joe's Collectibles out in Barrydale.
A fascinating look at how objects can hold our memories. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.